As I snatched a beer from the fridge, I could feel the large and in-charge presence long before my ears even picked up the sound of a four-wheeler. With every passing second, it came closer and closer, and I cringed as the thick hairs on my arms stood up. My own bear was on high alert, but whoever was heading for this house wasn't intent on a fight. Of that, at least I was sure. "Hey, Jon, can I talk to you for a minute?" Twisting to watch Sylvia stroll into the kitchen, I was momentarily struck by the way her golden hair flashed. It was almost blinding, and I knew my friends had all thought the same. Licking my lips, I popped the twist cap of my beer before opening my mouth.
"Yeah, of course. What can I do for you?"
My eyes scanned Sylvia's body, but I found it impossible to find her attractive in any particular way. Of course, she was beautiful, but at the same time, she just didn't interest me. That was the problem with shifters. Not just any woman would do. That thought had a familiar frown pulling at my lips. But I didn't have time to dwell on it when Sylvia spoke up. "So, I know the realtor went over some things, but I just wanted to make it clear that this house is very special to me. You and your friends seem like good people, but you're my first renters. It's a little nerve-wracking for me." Sylvia's concern drew a crease between my brows before my head bobbed in a nod. Her hand, supported by 2 finger braces, reached up to push back stray strands of her hair, and my gaze followed the movement. Despite her obvious injury, she looked nothing short of happy, almost deliriously so. A still image flashed through my mind's eye, but I shook it away roughly. I didn't come here to be reminded of hell.
"It's not going to be a problem, Sylvia. I promise. We're all aware that no amount of money can replace anything here, and we don't really have that much extra to pay for it."
Letting out a small chuckle, I turned my beer around in my palm as Sylvia smiled. "If you need anything, feel free to find me. I'm usually at the bar you drove past on your way here. But you should have my cell number too." At the mention, I swerved my eyes to my beer, and Sylvia must have read my thoughts from the humor in her voice. "Don't worry about that. Think of it as a gift from me. You're on vacation, Jon. You should enjoy it." I could only smile again, my mouth opening even though my words never came. Instead, the sound of heavy footsteps clunking up the front steps reached my ears, and my body jolted slightly. My spine straightened as I suddenly remembered that alpha presence I had picked up before Sylvia appeared. Flying to the front door, I held my breath and tightened my grip on my beer bottle. Now would be a great time for Jocelyn or May, or even Paul to show up. When I needed them most, my friends were nowhere to be seen, and my shoulders folded slightly. Of all the times for them not to be around.
"Sylvia, did you know?"
A deep, intimidating baritone, like the sound a bear would make, set my beast on high alert. The figure that shuffled through the front door was monstrous, even more so than any shifter I had ever seen. Despite my own 6-foot frame, he had at least 10 inches on me. That much was clear, even though he was across the house. Ropes of muscles coiled under his bared, tattoo-riddled skin, and I clenched my teeth together tightly as we made eye contact. It wasn't a long stare, barely more than a second, but it was enough to tell me this male was pissed off I was on his territory.
"You know, I'd really appreciate it if you warned me beforehand that you rented out to another bear shifter, Sylvia."
Dark, calculating eyes scanned my form, assessing me, and my lips screwed into a grimace. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that bad?" I could hear the sheepishness in Sylvia's voice, but I didn't dare look at her as realization shocked my chest. They were mated, together, involved. Damn it, so much for a stress-free vacation.
"I don't think so, as long as this one keeps to himself.